Hello, and welcome to Moodle. In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to create assignments for your students. First, we're going to want to turn editing on. The assignment activity module enables a teacher to communicate tasks, collect work, and provide grades and feedback. Students can submit any digital content such as word processed documents, spreadsheets, images, or audio and video clips. Alternatively, or in addition, the assignment may require students to type text directly into the text editor. To add an assignment to a specific week or section, you're going to want to go to that week first. In this example, we're going to add an assignment to week 1. To do this, we're going to click Add an Activity or Resource. Assignment's going to be the first item listed under the Activity section. We're going to want to check this radio button and then click Add. In order to create an assignment, we must assign it a name. In addition, you can also put a description. Most instructors use this for instructions to convey to their students once they access this assignment. You can also put files that you feel necessary to relay back to your students through here. Next, we're going to focus on the availability section. This includes when the assignment opens, when it's due, the cutoff date, and to show the description that we just talked about previously. The allow submissions from is basically when the assignment opens up to students. The due date is when this assignment is due. Note that even though you have a due date, students may still be able to submit the assignment, it's just going to be counted as late. To avoid this, you can set a cutoff date. An example of this would be if a due date is set for August 6th and you have a cutoff date for August 6th, then nobody can submit after that due date. Another example is if you have a due date of August 8th and a cutoff date of August 10th, students will be able to submit for those 2 days until the cutoff date reaches. Next, we're going to focus on submission types. This basically sets what students can submit for their assignment. By default, file submissions is selected, but you may want to select online text as well if you're just looking for some text. You can also select word limit, the number of max upload files, as well as the limit. I would leave 100 megabytes as the site upload limit. Next, we're going to focus on feedback types. Feedback types include feedback comments, feedback files, and offline grading worksheet. I would recommend having these two selected. The feedback types include what kind of feedback you can leave back to students, whether you do this through comments or through files. You can also choose to do comment inline. Next, we're going to focus on the submission settings. The first setting is if you want to require students to click the submit button when they upload their assignments. By default, this is set to no. This means that when a student uploads a file, it automatically submits to you. By requiring them to click a submit button when they upload a file, it will be uploaded as a draft where they can overwrite until a due date is set. By finally submitting and clicking the submit button, they can't go back and re-upload a file. If you're utilizing Moodle groups, then this section is going to pertain to you. This option requires students to submit in groups and gives you the option to either do that or not do that. If you do that, you can require the group to make the submission, or you can require all group members to submit. In addition, grouping for student groups is an option as well. For notifications, you can notify graders about the submissions. You can notify graders about late submissions, as well as the default setting for notify students. This stuff you more than likely won't have to set. Next, we're going to go over the grade section. This is where you set the point value of your specific assignment that you are creating. For this assignment, we're going to set it as a 50-point value. Next, we're going to categorize it in assignments. You can also mess around with things like common module settings, which will include the visibility of the assignment, as well as group mode, if you have any groups, to allow it for separate or visible. Once you are confident with your settings, click Save and return to course, or save and display. Once we have successfully created the assignment, this is what it will look like on your end when you click the assignment. Once students submit, you'll see how many participants submitted and how many need grading. For your convenience, there's also a due date added and the time remaining